Good morning, everybody. It's Vivek here from Meaningful Ideas. I want to share with you today something about conscious parenting. And it's a system of responding to kids when they're having a difficult time. And it's called Use Your E.A.R.S. And it's E.A.R.S. I'm going to show you. So, I have Use Your E.A.R.S. And the E stands for Empathize, A is for Acknowledge, Affirm, R is Relate, and the last one is Suggest. And the thing is, usually when kids are having a hard time, we jump straight into Suggest. We want to tell them how to solve their problem. We want to tell them that it's nothing really to cry about. Or on the more punitive end, we tell them stop crying, otherwise you're going to be in trouble, or go to your room until you calm down. All these kind of things. And what that does is it gives the child the message that the emotions that they feel are not valid. And the problem with that is we end up growing up with this sense that we can't be friends with all of our emotions. And so we have to repress certain things, we have to modify certain things, and we end up not really being comfortable with ourselves. I didn't want this for my daughter. I wanted her to feel comfortable with all her emotions, because the problem with when we don't feel comfortable with our emotions is they end up kind of leaking out all over the place unconsciously. When we're friends with them, when we can face our difficult emotions and our joyous emotions with the same comfort, with the same sense of relating to them, almost like a dance, really. When we can do that, then we're able to process our emotions, we're able to let them out in healthy ways so that they don't stay inside of us and the residue ends up affecting other areas of our lives. So this is where Use Your Ears really helps. So how that might look is this. You go into a store and your kid asks you to buy them a toy and you can't. And they get really upset. On the floor and they're crying. So instead of dragging the kid out by their ears, use your ears and empathize. So empathy would be like, my dear, I can feel how much pain you're in, how upsetting it is when you can't get what you want today. It's really upsetting. It's natural to feel upset. This is the acknowledge part or the affirm part. It's natural to feel upset when you can't get what you want, especially if you're really excited about it. And the R, next step is relate. I know sometimes when I want something, I get upset too if I can't get it. It's natural. I want you to express your feelings. Thank you for expressing your feelings to me. And then after all that, then you can go into suggest or solve. Hey, maybe we can take a picture of this thing and then we can make a list of all the things you want, and maybe at Christmas we can go through that list and you can pick a few things. That's a really exciting way that we could work with this. Or for example, another example I gave recently was this mother was saying that her kid is always asking her to spell stuff for her, and sometimes she doesn't have time. And when she doesn't have time to do it right away, like she needs to finish something, the kid freaks out. And so I suggested that when the kid gets upset, instead of telling them they shouldn't get upset, they need to learn to wait, they need to learn patience, none of that really is helping the kid actually learn patience. So instead, I suggested use your ears. Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry that you're upset that you have to wait for a moment until I finish this. It must be really hard. It's natural to feel upset and to express yourself like that when you have to wait if you're not feeling comfortable waiting. And I understand that it's hard for you. I really do. And sometimes when I have to wait for something, like if I'm standing in a line or something, I get upset too. I understand how you feel, and I'm sorry that you're feeling that way. So give all this empathy, all this connection. And then say, hey, maybe we could, while I'm just finishing sending this email, maybe we can foot wrestle or something, so that I can try and kick you around, because kids like rough play. Some kids like rough play. Or maybe another kid, maybe if they don't, you can say, maybe we can draw a picture while you wait while I finish this email. Something, some kind of, sometimes the solve part doesn't even come in until later because they're too upset, and all they need is for you to be there with them in their feelings and their empathy. But in any case, whether the suggest solve comes a little later, or they're able to hear you right away, starting with this cushion of empathy, of connection, of letting them know that their feelings are natural and valid, that you have feelings too, and you're together in this. It's not like you're apart and you're telling them what to do. You're together. That's what the relate part of ears is. So, once again, using your ears is empathize, acknowledge, affirm, relate, and suggest, solve. It should be suggest, solve. And yeah, so the next time that you find yourself wanting to jump in with a correction, wanting to jump in with telling your kid something, especially if they're having a big reaction, take a step back and think about using your ears. Think about empathizing, acknowledging, and relating to your child around their difficult experience. And then when they're in a frame of mind more open, more connected, they feel you with them, then move on to suggest, solve, and it'll make the world of difference to how your kids react to you. So thank you very much for listening. My name is Vivek Patel. My social media is Meaningful Ideas, meaningfulideas.com. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are all Meaningful Ideas. I'm most active on Facebook. And also my YouTube channel, which is Meaningful Ideas, which I would love for you to subscribe to. And that's it. Thank you very much.